Leadership is all about service to humanity, and a true leader always touches the lives of the people in many positive ways. One of such visionary leaders who distinguished himself among his equals is Governor Babagana Umara ZULUM, the Executive Governor of Borno State. His unprecedented achievements in the last 5 years cut across all sectors from physical infrastructure to human capital development, creating of new ministries and agencies, and repositioning the existing ones with a view to restore the reputation and dignity of public service aimed at rebuilding Borno in line with the 25-year development plan. One of the key ministries that play a key role in complementing government efforts towards bringing back the lost glory of the state is Ministry of Justice. Office of the Attorney General plays significant role in shaping the policies and programs of government. Barrister Hawa Abubakar is the State Commissioner of Justice said the ministry in the year under review enjoyed massive support from Governor ZULUM-led administration to serve the people of the state.
First and foremost, I would like to send our heartfelt congratulations to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, our dearest, determined, courageous governor, for leading us through again to the through his second tenure. It's an amazing leadership, exceptional, and we at the Ministry of Justice, we are deeply grateful for the support of His Excellency to see that we do our work in such a way that is stress-free. I wouldn't say it's completely stress-free, but his support is really guiding us and pushing us through. Not only the Ministry of Justice, broadly speaking, His Excellency's leadership is a supportive one, because all that other ministries are achieving or being achieved is because of the support he gives at all times. The Ministry of Justice is a service ministry. We don't do capital projects as such, but then we all know that the insurgency has left the state with a lot of infrastructures and government properties being vandalized. So the ongoing project for the Ministry of Justice for now is fixing. Fixing means rehabilitating and reconstructing where necessary the courts and all our judicial divisions in the state. Not only the courtrooms, but His Excellency is even keen on making residents to the judicial officers, and this is because of his zeal to see that justice is at the doorstep of a common man.
And this government has never relented in its effort to see that the Ministry of Justice is well funded to undertake this function. We are always taken care of. There's nothing that the ministry requires that this governor has never timeously come to our rescue. Whenever we submit any memo, he, in good time, promptly respond to them, and that is why we have no backlog of cases.
Governor ZULUM-led administration is leaving no stone unturned in ensuring the ministry is equipped with necessary funds to improve justice delivery service, coupled with untiring effort of the current Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, made Borno top the list of states with speedy justice delivery in criminal cases in the country.
Basically, we do things that touches on the life of the people. like this prosecution, you see, we have a limit of time within which to take people, accused persons or suspects to court. Unlike what obtains in the past, we have 48 hours within which to file a charge against an accused person. And unlike in the past, we equally file our cases through e-filing. Without any waste of time, you discover that the innovation brought by the Administration of Criminal Justice Law is bringing law at the doorsteps of the common man. Access to justice at the doorsteps of the common man is one of the dividends of democracy. You discover that in Nigeria, Borno State is number one in prosecution of cases, criminal cases. Number one state in the federation, entire federation, is Borno State. I think you were at the workshop held by the Minister of Justice at the International Conference Center. The Chief Judge came out boldly to say that Borno State is number one in the whole of Nigeria, in the presence of the Attorney General of Federation, because our cases we are the first state that used this e-filing. And because of that, because there is no delay in that process, our cases are timeously filed, and our cases are adjudicated upon in good time, without any delay. So once somebody is accused of an offense and he is charged before the court, and his case is handled in very good time, and he knows his fate, is the best thing. And that is what we call quick dispensation of justice. That one is one of the constitutional requirements of the right of any person that is being prosecuted. So I think the Minister of Justice has done very well, or is doing very well.
As technology is quickly and widely heralded as solutions to overcome many challenges in delivering justice, Barrister Hawa Abubakar said, digitalizing the ministry has reached advanced stage for greater efficiency and effectiveness of legal and other administrative services of the ministry, as well as easy access for legal resources for quick dispensation of justice.
This is my keen line of interest, and I feel we have to be up to par to a certain standard, because the world itself is evolving and we need to catch up with it. And then the sooner we do, the better for us. So the ministry is working towards digitalization. It's making towards ease to access to justice. And then it's working towards making it easier to the staff in the Ministry of Justice to discharge their responsibilities. Because gone are those days that you will be piling up books or law reports, to do your legal research, to give legal opinions, or to do a legal research, to go to the court to face the case. We are planning on having e-library in the ministry, to have all our law reports, the law pavilion, and other resources digitalized. And all that State Council needs to do is just walk into the e-library and then research and then get whatever that they need for their work. So now, but there are a lot of things that we plan to do to make things easier and to equip our law officers in the ministry so that they will give a better services to the citizens of our dear state.
The ministry is digitalized. The Governor, His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar ZULUM, of recent has given us approval for digitalization of the ministry, and the ministry has promptly invited experts from Lagos who came in and put everything in order. Our lawyers can now get access to cases, latest cases from the Supreme Court of Nigeria, and even offline we can get all Supreme Court cases, even offline at the Ministry of Justice, and actually the ministry has been digitalized.
To improve the skills, knowledge and technical know-how of legal officers and other staff, the ministry organized various training for effective service delivery. Notable among them are 3-day workshop on administration of criminal justice for the judges, legal officers as well as stakeholders in the administration of criminal justice reform.
Being a service ministry, we need capacity building, and that's the only way we could give in our best when we have the capacity. So we are planning on a lot of training and retraining. We just had the capacity building workshop on the administration of criminal justice law about 2 weeks ago, and the government was so supportive. And not only the lawyers in the Ministry of Justice, lawyers at the private bar, the judiciary, all stakeholders in administration of criminal justice were in attendance, and I'm sure they have benefited from the 3 days capacity building workshops. And all that I have mentioned moments ago are geared towards speedy dispensation of justice. I'm glad to say that in Borno State, the executive does not interfere with the judiciary. The judiciary discharges their duties promptly and with efficiency. So digitalizing the ministry, capacity building, reconstruction and rehabilitation of the courts, and so on are all geared towards speedy dispensation of justice, and this is what is clearly mentioned in the 25-year development plan of His Excellency.
Borno State government in the last 5 years created new ministries, commission and agencies, as well as other establishments for excellent service delivery to the people of the state. Legal Drafting Directorate of the ministry is leading the course for drafting of executive bills and memos, as well as drafting and betting of contact for the government.
Director of Legal Drafting is the directorate that handles all bills that are to be sent to the House of Assembly by the executive. It comes to our office, and then this department is responsible to vet them, to look at whether they are not conflicting with other existing laws of the state, and whether they are good laws that are not offending federal laws and what have you. We critically look at them, and then we make sure they are good before we send them, we forward them or transmit them to His Excellency for onward transmission to the Borno State House of Assembly for passage into law. And apart from this one, the directorate is also responsible for vetting of contracts and drafting of contracts to MDAs. We handle this one too. We look at all contracts. We make sure the contracts are not against public policy. The contracts are not against any existing laws and what have you. And we make sure the contracts are not outrageous and are not harmful to the government. We look at the interests of the government too. We have the hospital consumable bill that we vetted and we sent them. It was passed into law by the House of Assembly and assented to by the Executive Governor. You see, this is something that personally touches on the life of the common man. You can easily get access to drugs on subsidized price at our hospitals. This is deliberately done, and good ones, not counterfeit drugs and not adulterated ones. You discover that they are good. The government will not purchase bad drugs, and they usually get the good ones, standard ones that are certified. So you discover that these ones is saving the life of the people of the state. These laws on penal code, this new penal code and the administration of criminal justice law, they emanated from this ministry, and we, after working on them, we sent them to His Excellency the Executive Governor of Borno State before it was transmitted to the House Assembly and passed into law, and he assented to them, and we are perfectly working with them, and they have brought a lot of transformation in the administration of criminal justice, which touches on the interests of the public very, very well. Like the administration of criminal justice law, formally women cannot take somebody on bail, but in this law, a woman can stand as surety and then admit somebody, stand for somebody on bail, either in the court or at the police stations. You see, this is a very good one. It has equally prohibited torture of an accused person or suspect. These are good things for the society. The rights of people are being protected. The dignity of human person is protected. So these are very good laws that are touching on the life of the common man. So these are for the overall good governance of the state.
Other critical directorates in the ministry are public prosecutions, civil litigation, and citizens' right, where heads of directorate speaks on their responsibilities and success recorded in the ministry under the current administration.
Department of Public Prosecution is saddled with the prosecution of cases and issuing of legal advice for and on behalf of the government. Yes, from May 2023 to date, we received 224 cases, and we have gotten about 118 judgments, and some went for termination. You know, if we cannot establish a case against an accused person, or let me say a suspect, we terminate the case against him. So went for termination. But with the coming of ZULUM on board, we have achieved so much, because we don't have problem of financial issue again. Our witnesses that are coming outside, from outside jurisdiction, we use, at times we will call them where we have a case coming up on so date. If they say that they don't have transport money for coming, we will give them, because monthly we are being issued 200,000 for services. So we used to give them transport money. With this, we don't have any problem, because we are rated the best in prosecution in the whole of the country.
Well, our role is in respect of citizens of Borno, both all people residing in Borno State, either the indigenous or those who come to Maiduguri. As long as you are residing in Borno State, we look out for your rights and privileges as it is given to you by law. So we attend to public in relation to employer-employee issues, tenancy matters, inheritance, both the Christian and Muslim, and we also deal in financial crime issues, contractual issues, land matters. Any complaint as it affects a citizen of Borno is what we do. Sexual abuses and legitimacy issue. If a child is born and somebody is denying the paternity, we also deal with it. We deal in arbitration, mediation, conciliation. We also go out of our way to attend court cases for indigent or the people that come before us on the issue of the rights of the citizen. We also deal in cases of women, an issue of inheritance. Well, this administration, after its developmental goal, which is tailored towards human capital development, we have enjoyed some privilege in the sense of training and retraining of staffs. You understand, I, like myself as Director of Citizens' Rights, have undergone ethics on civil service ethics and some training that will enhance my activity here. I've been taken to Rwanda to see the issue of transitional justice. We visit them to read about what they do and how we can replicate them in Borno State. So he is into training and retraining of civil servants. It's a very laudable project, and this department has gained a lot from it.
The Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice Barrister Hawa Abubakar and the Permanent Secretary Barrister Garba Musa Chibok, while commenting on the one-year anniversary for the second tenure of Governor Babagana Umar ZULUM, extol his leadership qualities, an unprecedented achievement, adding that ZULUM is an exemplary leader who always has his people at heart.
The performance of His Excellency is a fact that speaks for itself. You don't even need to talk more. Whenever you have a fact that speaks for itself, if people outside Borno State can clearly see his work, then we don't even need to open our eyes to see it, because we are feeling it in every aspect, in all spheres of our life: education, developmental infrastructures, healthcare, justice, environment, agriculture. You know, he encourages people to go back to farming. And that's the more reason that he is even working towards restoring Borno's past glory, to restore the peace, to restore reconciliation, so that people will get back to their ancestral homes, take over their farms, and then produce more food to the state, not even the state, to Nigeria at large. So I think one can go on and on and on and on in mentioning the projects of His Excellency, and you can't come to the end of it. His leadership qualities are exceptional. I always find it exceptional, full of wisdom, supportive, guiding, and perhaps that's why we're all getting it right, because when you have a leader that leads you to the right path, you don't have any reason then to be on the right path. So his exemplary leadership is making us to learn. I personally learn from him every day, because he teaches by example. He's upright, we have to be upright. He's honest, we have to be honest. He's hardworking, we have to be hardworking. We don't have any reason to lag behind. He has the interest of the citizens of Borno State in mind, and we don't have any reason not to have the interest of citizens of Borno State in mind in all our responsibilities. So I think his leadership is, it makes you so determined to see that no, you don't have the word impossible in your head. There is possibility to make Borno better, to restore our Borno's lost glory, to have a peaceful, more peaceful Borno State. So I think his leadership is such an exceptional, courageous, and determined one.
He is wonderful, and he is an unequal leader. Most sincerely, beyond any iota of doubt, I want to tell you that honestly, he has laid a foundation that I feel it will be very difficult for somebody to achieve what he has been able to achieve in 5 years' time, just 5 years' time. You can see how Maiduguri has been transformed. If you go to some areas in Maiduguri, you'll never imagine that you're in Maiduguri. That's the obvious. There's no doubt about that. Devoid of any sentiment, most sincerely, this governor has transformed Maiduguri. Anybody that knows Maiduguri for the past 15 years, if he comes to Maiduguri now, honestly speaking, he will be surprised. He will even get lost. A friend of mine came from Kano sometimes back. She's an indigenous of this state. She's a Kanuri lady. She came to Maiduguri. She told me when she came, she doesn't know which way to take to custom, because their family house is at custom. She got lost because of the way the state capital is transformed. So you discover that this is just a life experience. And most sincerely speaking, the way ZULUM has tarred the roads, city roads, in most areas, he has tarred the roads such that you will never imagine that Borno, the state capital will receive such attention. No governor has ever done that, honestly speaking. He has done very, very greatly.
Governor Professor Babagana Umara ZULUM is passionate about taking Borno to a greater height. Borno is our home. Let's make it great together.